Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer pop-up chat. Now today is the 24th of June 2019 and I hope you've all had a really good weekend. I have. The weather has been nice today, but it's just turned wet and rainy and horrible. So it's got a bit dark, so I've changed position from the window and I had horrendous internet connection problems yesterday. So if you're wondering why there was videos just on my other channel which I managed to upload half an hour later than I expected. It was because my internet kept cutting in and out all day and it was just fixed this morning. So anyway, hello and welcome to this live pop-up chat. Now I'm just going to find the chat room so that I can say hello to you all. I can see you all popping up. I do hope you are all getting notifications and that your internet is behaving better than what mine did yesterday. Yes, 121 watching already, and I can just hear a cat come in. Hello, Molly. Molly's just behind me. Hello to everyone. I'm seeing you. There we go. So like I say, it's raining and it's horrible. So let's start with the first story. I think everyone wants to talk about Meghan's ring. Has it been redesigned? So this is the ring that we know that she debuted an eternity ring. So she debuted her eternity ring at Trooping the Colour. She wore 3 rings: her engagement ring, the eternity ring and her wedding band. But what most people didn't notice, me included, was that the band on the engagement ring looks a lot thinner and it seems to be set with diamonds to match the engagement ring. So I have some photographs of this. Let's just pop them in. Hang on. Just a second. There we go. So I've just dropped the link into the chat room. You can open it and take a look. I've got mine open now. What do you think? I like it. I mean, it's been billed as being more American in style. I don't know whether it's particularly American or not, but rather I think it's because it was too thick. Especially when she got the... it wasn't too thick on its own. It was too thick when she had the eternity ring. So if you can imagine 3 rings, the wedding band, the engagement ring and the eternity band together, that would be quite chunky. So I don't think she's had it redesigned to make it more American in style. I think it's because just to make it a bit thinner so it's easier to wear all 3 together. And it looks like, to me, if you take a look at the pictures, that the ring has been redesigned in a style to match the eternity ring, so it all suits. There we go. So scroll down a little bit. There you go. So you can see, and I think it's the first and second picture, what it was and then what it actually is now. So she's wearing the eternity band first, then the wedding ring, which is the really thin band of Welsh gold, and then she's got the redesigned engagement ring with, of course, the original stones in place. The central Botswana diamond surrounded by Diana's 2 diamonds, which I believe still are earrings. I actually think they're earrings, but anyway, that's another story altogether. So I think it's been described as, it looks like it's got pave set diamonds. So there we go. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go to the chat room and read some comments. Let's have a look. A lot of people saying hello. Elaine says, I'm shocked. Harry designed it for her, along with his mother's 2 diamonds. Well, she's kept them. And we don't know whether the really small diamonds were in the collection anyway. They may have been. But like I say, I think it was just literally so that it all fits together. It would have been too thick, too thick on the finger otherwise. There you go. I'm hoping you did get all of the link. Elaine says, I would never do that. I'm sure Catherine finds her engagement ring cumbersome at times. I don't think she wears it with an eternity band as well. You definitely see her wedding ring, her wedding band, but she doesn't have an eternity. And she did actually have the main ring of the engagement ring resized, I think, because her fingers are a bit more slender than what Diana's were. She either had an extra bit of metal put inside to make it... I think that's what she did. She had an extra bit of metal put inside to make it smaller. Kelly says, why were Meghan and Harry at Ascot? Don't you mean why weren't they at Ascot? Isn't that part of their duty? No, it's definitely not part of their duty. Royal Ascot is a private occasion. Also, where is all this money coming from for her clothes and jewellery? Well, we don't normally talk about clothes and jewellery, particularly on this channel, but in terms of funding for clothes and jewellery, Harry and Meghan are now jointly funded by the Queen and Prince Charles. Jerry says, is there an American versus English style? Well, that's what I thought. I'm not entirely sure. To me, an engagement ring is an engagement ring, but apparently it says in the article, if you are to believe it, that the thinner... no, it says that the thinner style is more on trend because it makes the diamonds look bigger. Now, I don't think that's why she did it. I think it's because too cumbersome having all three, especially with a thick engagement ring band. Little Annie says, it looks almost the same to me. Well, to me it kind of doesn't, because the new version is a lot thinner, and it has, you can clearly see the little diamonds that have been added. Just Me says, yes, so the bands fit and don't clunk together. H. London says, I simply do not understand all this attention about Meghan's ring. It's so pretty, but nothing exceptional to deserve such fuss. I see likes. And that's all that matters. It's not a particularly big detail, but it's... In fact, nobody noticed it. Nobody noticed it when she debuted it. It was only... I don't know who spotted it first, but somebody spotted it, and then it just kind of blew up as a story. Poodle says, what's the fuss about Andrew's girls? I don't know. I've not heard any latest fuss. Tell me the fuss. Spill the tea. H. London says, Meghan's ring style is very popular in the USA. Eternity rings are liked by many. Okay. Rosalie says, when I gained weight from pregnancy, they had to cut the ring off my finger. Then I used a different band completely. Oh, good point, because she didn't have... She wasn't wearing her engagement ring in the later stages of pregnancy. Could be a point. Elizabeth Regina says, I had to modify mine for the same reason. Okay. Anne says, I would also not do that. They are very unique jewels, also present especially. Like I say, we don't know the full reason. It could be one of those reasons that have just been mentioned. Hello to Liz Scheid, who's just joined us. Ruth says, I had my wedding ring made thinner when I was given an eternity ring, and I'm Australian. Well, there you go. It could be the Australian style too. Poodle says, Charles is cutting them from government money. No, actually from the Duchy of Cornwall. Rita says, Dion Morgan, I agree. And Just Me says, same here, for sizing rings for pregnancy. Elderly Poodle says, I couldn't wear my ring at all through my pregnancy. Stacey says, did I post on Elliot's British Life? Yes! It was half an hour late because I had internet connection problems yesterday. Elaine says, glad you love the UK, I love the US. Each time we have been, everyone was so welcoming. There we go. And that's all there is to really tell. No, woman gets wedding ring redesigned. That's basically the story. And like I say, I've provided the link so you can go and have a look. I don't think the article said anything else particularly about it. I mean, it's still the same stones that was in the original ring. And like I say, I think that the main reason is just because too cumbersome having all three together. Now I'm going to move on to the second story. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a quick chat tonight. So I'm going to kind of whiz through the stories a little bit, but there isn't anything else really to say on the ring. I don't know how people have made 10-minute videos about it, although I nearly have made a 10-minute video about it. But she's just had it redesigned. It's thinner. It's surrounded by diamonds. It matches the eternity ring. Could be American style. Could be that she had to have the original cut due to pregnancy. Just a few things to consider. Now, moving on to the second story, I'm going to just get you the link to this one, because there is a video in the link which you can watch if you want to, but there's also photographs too. There we go. I've just popped the link in. You should see it popping up just about now. So if you go to the link, the Queen was busy this week. Well, last week, the Queen was really busy. She attended Garter Day. She attended Royal Ascot for the full 5 days. And then she was she also attended the Windsor Horse Show. And that that's made, was it 6 days? 7 days on the trot? So she has been working like a tireless workhorse this week. But it's been a week of horses, a week of equestrian sports, which she loves. Now, as she was walking down the steps, there is a video and photographic footage of, now I do believe it's Japanese musician Yoshiki. I haven't heard of her, but anyway, Yoshiki's scarf blew in a gust of wind into the Queen's face as she was moving down. And actress Gillian Anderson was also there. And just the look on her face, it's like this. I can't believe it's happening. So yes, the scarf blew into the Queen's face. Now the Queen doesn't make a fuss. Very much like Princess Anne. No fuss, no nonsense. She doesn't even acknowledge it. She just moves on gracefully. She gracefully moves on and just ignores the whole incident. Like I say, she doesn't make a fuss about it. And if you watch the video, you'll see the whole thing play out. She just carries on as normal, and that's basically it. But she looks really good in the pink. Of course, wearing her pearls and matching gloves. There we go. I'm going to read some comments now. HM the King says, poor lady with the scarf, mortification exemplified. She did look a little bit concerned, but she pulled it back really quickly. Just Me says, I love that the scarf flew into Her Majesty's face and no reaction. Class act, no big deal. H London says, we all have much to focus on in life. Let's leave Meghan and her ring alone. It was a gift to her. This is Meghan and Harry's choice. You don't know. Harry may really have approved of the new ring design. Ella Quinn has donated 10 euros. Thank you so much. You get a fan flap from me. Thank you for supporting the channel. Fiona says, the Japanese singer is just mortified. I think I would be as well. And Niana says, it's good she's not reading all this because it's very exhausting. Lots of noise going on. Elderly Poodle says, I wish more people were calm as the Queen. She's the epitome of grace. She most certainly is. And Poodle Dabbert says, the scarf was a fashion pie in the face. Oops, it was a bit like a fashion pie in the face. PM Smile says, I think it was a man in scarf. Could have been a disaster. Oh, you think if it was a man in scarf. Now, I'm not sure if your screen has frozen for you. I'm just going to check. There you go. I'm just checking with you if the screen has frozen. Please let me know. Like I said, my internet has been having quite a few problems. Oh, apparently no, it's fine. It's frozen for me, look. Look, I'm stuck. See? So I'm not really sure. Okay, apparently it's fine for you guys, so I'll carry on. Just Me says, of course Harry approved the new ring design or it wouldn't have happened. It might have been the healer suggestion. Rings can wear and tear if they scrape each other for a lifetime. Okay. Darlene says, it was frozen for me for a few seconds. Okay, well, as long as it's okay now. Frida says, why do people assume Meghan had the ring redesigned? Harry probably did it to match the Eternity ring. I wish people would just leave her alone. Yeah, I think it's all to do with the Eternity ring to make sure that it's not too thick and it all matches. Elaine says, Meghan should have told Harry at the time or the next day. It's an insult. Well, again, we don't know the main reason why entirely. H.M. the King says, did the scarf actually hit her face? I think it did. It kind of blew up. And I think it did, from what I could tell. No, she didn't even flinch. She just carried on, which I think was really professional of the Queen. Now, I think I'm having internet troubles, so I'm going to leave it here. Because I think... I'm not sure whether people are freezing again, people are saying I froze again. I'm going to leave it here. I have spoken about the two main stories that have come out of today. I've posted 2 other videos just before I came online here, so do go and check them out. The Duke of Kent has been in Serbia, Prince Andrew's been busy, and of course I posted on last week's Charles engagement when he visited the Bond set at Pinewood Studios, so do go and check out those videos. And I will be back tomorrow, probably with another live chat as well. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all, and goodbye.